Welcome to our guided open awareness meditation. I invite you to sit comfortably with your spine straight but relaxed, whether you're sitting on the chair or sitting on the floor. Feel your buttocks in contact with the chair or the floor, aware of the parts of the body touching the surface on which you're sitting on. Feeling the touch point between your feet or legs on the ground. Feel the contact between your hands resting on your thighs, or the contact between your hands if your hands are rested on top one of the other. You can also become aware of the contact between your body and your clothes. Maybe you can feel your shirt or blouse touching your abdomen or touching your upper back or your lower back. Maybe you can feel your lips lightly pressing onto one another. What's the most obvious contact touch point for you? Wherever you can feel, whether it's your clothes touching your body, your hands in contact with your thighs or in contact with each other, or if you can feel more of your buttocks sitting on the surface, you can just gently note mentally, touching, 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 aware of the sensations of touch. Different objects will also arise. There may be thoughts, mind images, memories, becoming predominant in your awareness. You can simply note them as thinking, 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 when there are thoughts, or if an image has caught your attention and become predominant in your awareness, you can note seeing, seeing, seeing in your mind. And as the attention fades on these objects, you can gently invite yourself back to your touch point as your primary object. If the contact between your buttocks and the chair or the floor is the most obvious touch point, you can simply invite your attention back to that object and note touching, touching, touching. And I now invite you to bring your attention to the contact between the breath and your body, noticing where the sensations of the breath are clearest to you in your body. As you breathe in and as you breathe out with your body, become aware of the breath that moves your entire body. Pay attention to your inhalation and the exhalation. Aware of the pause or the space at the end of your exhalation, before the next inhalation. There is no need to hold the breath at the end of the exhale. Just trusting the body and the breath to breathe on their own. Simply being aware of the pause, the space, the momentary ceasing of your breath at the end of the exhalation. Allowing your attention to relax, to let go into that pause after the exhale. There is no need to hold your breath. If you happen to be breathing in, just wait for that next exhale and relax into that space at the end of the exhale, that pause at the end of the exhale. And then become aware of the inhalation that follows that exhale. If a thought or body sensation or memory arise in your awareness and become predominant in your experience, simply note them. If it's a thought, just note thinking, thinking, thinking. If it's a memory, simply note remembering, remembering, remembering. Or if it's a body sensation, such as pain, cold, or warmth, that becomes predominant in your awareness, just note sensations, sensations, sensations. And when the attention on the other objects cease, I invite you to return your attention to become present with the breath, not by pushing away thoughts, images, or memories, but just acknowledging them, seeing their impermanent nature, how they arise and cease. So there's no need to hold on to them. Acknowledging the various objects, not holding on and not pushing them away. Just knowing how they arise and cease, and that they have no lasting effect on your awareness. And now I invite you to become aware of the sounds around you. If there are sounds, don't become lost or absorbed into the sounds. Instead, become aware that the vibrations of sound have come into contact with your ears. And you can mentally note hearing, hearing, hearing. Become aware of the vibrations of the sound surrounding you. And if there are no sounds, I invite you to become aware of the silence surrounding your space, enveloping your body. I invite you to become aware of the sound of silence. And notice how spacious silence is. And how wide open silence is. In your environment, and in your surroundings. And if you can notice if silence, just like sounds, have any subtle vibrations that you can feel. Silence is spacious and it is wide open. Just like the space at the end of your exhalation before your inhalation. Becoming aware of the spaciousness as the exhalation disappears into space, and how you draw air from the space in front of you as you breathe in and as you breathe out. Aware of the sounds or the silence that arise in your awareness. If there are sounds, become aware of how they arise from the spacious silence and cease, returning to the spacious silence. Simply resting in this spaciousness, the inner and outer spaciousness, which is always there. If thoughts arise, can mentally note thinking, 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 and watch how thoughts cease into that spacious silence in your mind. If there are images, again, just note seeing, seeing, seeing the images in your mind, and note how they also cease into the spaciousness of your mind. And if you feel any bodily sensations, again, just note sensations, sensations, sensations. And notice that they don't stay forever in your awareness. And watch how they too, the sensations, cease into the spaciousness of your body. And if there are no more objects arising in your awareness, I invite you to just become aware of the silence surrounding you, or the space, that aperture that appears at the end of your exhalation, and relax into that spaciousness at the end of the exhale. And I'll leave you now to the practice on your own in silence for the next few minutes. I'd like to invite you now to become aware of the touch points of your body, whether it's your buttocks sitting on the floor, whether it's the contact between your clothes and your body, or whether it's the contact between your hands on your thighs, or your hands on each other, or your hands resting on each other. Now become aware of your entire body posture, sitting in your environment, feeling the presence of your body in your environment. And whenever you're ready, I'd like to invite you to open your eyes and come out of the meditation.